Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, to another new top 10 video. Apologize for not making a top 10 in such a long time. It's because I've been extremely busy with re-uploading videos ever since I've been terminated. But now I want to be more professional with doing top 10 videos, discussion videos, anything in between besides re-uploading my most personal content that I think should be re-uploaded of Michael or Harry related things. But for this top 10, we're going to be doing my top 10 favorite Michael Jackson movies. So let's begin. So at number 10, we have Michael Jackson's Journey from Motown to Spike Lee. This movie is just typically about the Off the Wall album when it was celebrating a milestone, and I only briefly saw it once. I haven't seen it in a while, so I can't really remember the whole documentary about Off the Wall, but it was just basically about the Off the Wall album. But at number 9, I put the Bad 25 documentary by Spike Lee. I decided to put it at number 9 because I think that documentary is better than Off the Wall documentary in my opinion. The reason is that it was kind of like the first documentary that came out on a Michael album a couple years after Michael's passing, and obviously 2012 was the year of the Bad album turning 25 years old. So the estate came out with the documentary and of course the Bad 25 CD with the second disc having unreleased songs on there. And personally, Bad 25 is a great album. But the documentary for Bad 25, when I first watched it when I was 12 years old, when it came out, I was intrigued by it. I got a little emotional when they were talking about his passing because it was Saida, Vincent Peterson, I think I'm mispronouncing his name, but Saida Garrett, Vincent Peterson, Greg Phillips, they were all in a documentary talking about, the Bad album, and there were so many secrets behind the Bad album. But if you haven't seen this already, I highly recommend. At number 8, we have This Is It. Now, I decided to put this at number 8 because I'm not saying it's horrible, of course it's, but since it's a very sad movie, it's not really a movie, it's just a documentary, as well, with Michael's rehearsals for This Is It, but I feel like it still belongs in the top 10 because it's very important to see how Michael, when it came back and with the rehearsals and stuff. But it has a very sad approach to it. I know everybody doesn't like watching it that much. I personally haven't watched it that much. I only see it on occasion because it is very sad to watch, and I just feel like, not that I don't want to watch it anymore, of course I still watch it, but it just... At number 7, we have The Wiz from 1978 with Diana Ross. Now, I did not see this movie until probably around 2015 when I got the DVD for Christmas, because obviously with The Wizard of Oz, I wanted to see The Wiz, and I never... It's a very interesting movie. It's different from The Wizard of Oz, but again, if Diana Ross and Michael weren't a part of it, how was The Wiz going to be different, I know there's other different versions of The Wiz out there as well, but you can't beat the original. At number 6, we have Michael Jackson Searching for Neverland. Now, obviously, Michael was not in this movie. It's the movie that was released after his passing, made from the story of his bodyguards that wrote a book called Remember the Time. I forgot the title of the book, but Remember the Time Protecting Michael Jackson. That's the name of the book. So it was on Lifetime. The impersonator Navi portrayed Michael in this movie, and I'm gonna put the biopic in this video, but if Searching for Neverland is almost similar to the biopic, then we know the biopic is gonna be good, because whatever scenes were in Searching for Neverland might be in the biopic as well. But for Searching for Neverland, Navi did an excellent job. There's a dramatic scene that nobody has ever seen before, but people don't think it was real, but I believe it was real, when Michael had a mental breakdown at the security cameras that were supposedly turned off, but he thought they were on. But his bodyguards, Bill and Javon, they were saying, the cameras are off, don't worry, but he was having a mental breakdown. And the scene shows Prince Paris Blakey in the hotel swimming pool, and then Michael yells at the camera and supposedly cuts his hand from trying to take it down. But again, that's a very dramatic scene, because you can imagine on how Michael would have had a mental breakdown in real life. Even the other scene when Randy broke down Michael's gate at Neverland, that was a dramatic scene as well. At number 5 is Ghosts. Now, obviously, Ghosts is not a movie, but Ghosts is like a short film movie. So I decided to put this in the top 10, because technically it's 40 minutes long for the whole video, because it has the songs Too Bad, Is It Scary, and then Ghosts. Of course, it was originally supposed to be Is It Scary, but that was scrapped because of 1993 allegations. But there's a video on YouTube of Michael filming for that in 93, but that was put down. But if you haven't seen this, you should see this, because Michael plays two characters. Obviously, he plays the maestro, and then he plays the mayor, which a lot of people thought it was a different person, but no, that's Michael playing the mayor. And Michael loved playing the mayor because he, so used to having disguises of different characters and being undercover as a different person to hide from the public. So, at number 4, we have the Thriller short film. Now, Thriller was 14 minutes long. Of course, Ghost was 40 minutes long, but Thriller is, a horror type of music video, of course, and I feel like it revolutionized Halloween genre for future horror films, because Michael was inspired by American Werewolf, and that's when John Landis came into the picture and helped him produce the music video. Technically, a short film as well, but I think that video helped a lot for future Halloween music videos and Halloween movies in general. At number 3, we have The Jacksons and American Dream. Now, people consider this as the Jackson 5 biopic, I could call it. I guess I could call, saying it's a biopic, but obviously it's a very important movie, and a lot of people think that some of these scenes are going to be in the upcoming Michael biopic as well. But if you want to prepare yourself for the biopic, I highly recommend you check the Jacksons An American Dream out because it's a good movie and it tells the story of the Jacksons and so many dramatic scenes with Joseph. But I feel like the Michael biopic is going to bring out more of Joseph than ever because there was so much already with Joseph in the Jacksons An American Dream. But now with Michael's, perspective, there's going to be more coming out, I feel like. But for the Jacksons An American Dream, my favorite part of the movie was probably when the Jacksons were singing the victory tour part at the end. I think that was amazing for the movie. And then the part when Michael was in the hospital after the Pepsi commercial and then Joseph was apologizing to him. But Michael was still feeling pressured. At number 2, we have Captain EO, which was a Walt Disney film. It was, of course, I still say it's a movie because it's only 17 minutes long, but again, Michael had a Disney moment, so it helped Disney a lot, obviously. Besides, Michael doing horror stuff before this with Thriller, and now Captain EO being, a outer space sci-fi thing. But it helped Disney a lot, especially with their theme parks from 1986 until 1998 that they had the Captain EO ride there. Then later on, after his passing, I think it was still in Disney theme parks. The film was still shown in Disney theme parks. But there was only 2 songs on here, obviously Another Part of Me, which was going to be on the Bad album anyway. We Are Here to Change the World, that's not on the Bad album, that's just the Captain EO theme song, I call it. But, again, he had a breakout moment with this, and I feel like it defines his character. And now, before I get to my number 1 pick, I'm going to say 2 honorable mentions real quick. The first honorable mention is Miss Castaway from 2004. Michael only made a cameo in this movie. I recently watched it sometime last year because I got the DVD for it. I think the movie is stupid. Obviously, Michael filmed this at Neverland because the way he pops up in the movie, it's like a green screen in the background, but it was filmed at Neverland, but it wasn't that bad, just with his brief cameo in it. And then the other honorable mention is Men in Black 2 with Agent MJ, and obviously Will Smith being the prominent character in there, but Michael being a part of it. He would have been in Men in Black 3 if he was still around. I feel like he would have been in there. But for Men in Black 2, he was briefly Agent MJ. And I think it was nice for people to see that because people wanted to see more of movie Michael when Michael was doing for movies, if Michael was still going to do movies when he wasn't doing music anymore, because that was one of his promises that he wanted to do. So now to my number 1 favorite Michael Jackson movie. You may have guessed it, but it is Moonwalker. Moonwalker obviously came out in 1988, and it has its own video game and arcade game. But Moonwalker, it's like Michael's own storytelling movie because it has everything from almost like his own biopic by himself. But of course it's not a biopic, it just has him in it, of course. But for Smooth Criminal, that had his own little movie in the Moonwalker as well, so that's like the prominent movie of Moonwalker. But again, if you haven't seen this, I highly recommend you watch it because it defines Michael in some sort of characteristic way for who he is and very good at storytelling. So that's gonna be it for this top 10 video. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye everybody.